Hi, this is African time. Let's do some facts about Africa. Well, see this. Well, it was recently shared that Namibia spends 27.3% of its national budget on education, the highest in Africa. It also spends 9.4% of its GDP on education, also the highest in Africa. Well, this is some improvements from the Southern Africans. Namibia, one of the giants of Southern Africa, they are actually doing great when it comes to education. Okay, well, this is the figures they are doing. They are said to be the highest spenders on education in Africa. Well, see this. This person came tweeting and says, with 27.3% of its national budget and 9.4% of GDP dedicated to education, the country is setting an outstanding example of prioritizing the future. Well, this is some good comments from a fellow African to my Namibians concerning their investments they are actually making or doing inside their education. Well, this also brought us to a new data. If Namibia are actually increasing on their education sector, that means they are eliminating illiteracy, right? Illiterates from their society. Now, let's see which African country have the highest or the lowest illiterates in Africa. Shall we? Let's see this. Okay, so on our list today, we are going to check some graph or some charts by the Interpoint. Interpoint says adult illiteracy rates of African countries. So this says percentage of population age that is 15 and above who can read and write. Okay, so we are going to do this. Okay, Africa literacy rates are for by the adults, and they start from 15 years above. So let's see the number one country with the highest illiterates or the highest literacy. Okay, so it says country is number one is Seychelles with 95.9% of literacy. Number two is South Africa with 95% literacy. Number three is Sao Tome and Principe with 94.8% literacy. Number four is Namibia. Yep, Namibia, who are investing the highest in Africa. They are on number 4 with 92.3% literacy. Number 5 is Mauritius with 92.2% literacy. Number 6 is Cape Verde with 90.8% literacy. Number 7 is Cote d'Ivoire with 89.9% literacy. Number 8, yep. Number 8 is Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe with 89.7% literacy. Number 9 is Eswatini with 88.4% literacy. And then number 10 is Zambia with 88.7% literacy. Now let's continue the list. Okay, let's go on. So on number 11 we have Gabon with 85.5%. On number 12 we have Tunisia with 82.7%. Number 13 is Kenya with 82.6%. Number 14 is Tanzania with 81.8%. Number 15 is Algeria with 81.4%. Number 16 is Lesotho with 81%. Number 17 is Congo with 80.6%. Number 18 is DR Congo with 80%. And then number 19 is Ghana with 79%. Number 20 is Uganda with 79% also. Number 21 is Madagascar with 77.3%. Number 22 is Cameroon with 71.1%. And then number 23 is Eritrea with 76.6%. Yeah, shall we continue with the list? Let's continue with the list. Okay. Yeah, so shall we continue with the list? Well, let's continue with the list. So we also came in and says Morocco with 75.9%, Rwanda with 75.9%, Burundi with 74.7%, Egypt with 73.1%, Malawi with 67.3%. We have Mauritania with 67%, Togo with 66.5%, Mozambique with 63.4%, Comoros with 62.0%, that is 62%. Then you have Nigeria with 62% too. Sudan with 60%. We have Gambia with 58.1%, Senegal with 56.3%, Guinea-Bissau with 52.9%, Sierra Leone with 47.7%, Burkina Faso with 46%, Benin with 45.8%, Guinea with 45.3%, Central African Republic with 37.4%, Niger with 37.3%, Mali with 35.5%, South Sudan with 34.5%, and then lastly on the list is Chad with 26.8%. So this list right here is talking about Africa's literacy rate. Okay, that is from 15 above, the adults, okay, 15 years above. So these countries listed here are, with their percentage wise, are talking about how the literacy rate is working in Africa. So this show also tells you that how some African countries are actually investing in their education system. The highest spenders on education is Namibia, and they are at number 4 on the list, with South Africa being at number 2, Seychelles being at number 1. So with the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, South Africa is having the highest population, but they still managed to get most of their population educated. That should tell you how great the South Africans and the Southern African countries are actually doing when it comes to education. Hope you have learned something new here. As I said, this page or this content or this platform or this page or this studios, Vidashi Studios, is mostly for African time and discussion of Africa. So you are free to also share your thoughts and views at the comment section. I'll be there to watch, listen, sometimes have the opportunity. There are lots of comments, but I'll try my best to answer some. But some of them, trust me, I've always and will always see your comments, because I love being in the comment section and then watching and listening and learning and reading out some comments. Okay, trust me, that's what I do. I love it. So don't forget, or don't say that your comments are not being read. I've actually read your comments. So you can also actually share your point of view, and people will also learn something from you also. Okay, so this is something cool to share with my African family. Hope you guys have enjoyed some African time. Alright, so the name is Vidashi, and this was African time. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, share your comments, share the content, and also hit the bell button for more African time. See you guys around.